I understand not all of them, not most of them, but you don't believe in any conspiracy theories?
Bizarre, creepy Tik Toks that will alter your reality. Let go.
Are finally starting to wake up to the many different rituals that these Hollywood celebrities have to do to obtain and retain stardom. So in this video, I'm going to give you another ritual to look into. This one's pretty interesting. What's the deal with all these celebrities in Hollywood who randomly decide to go blonde? What exactly is the purpose of this? What is the goal? It seems like it's way too many of them who do it for it to be a complete coincidence. And by way too many, I mean way too many to be a coincidence. Have you ever noticed that whenever a celebrity turns blonde, it's always right before they're about to make a huge stride in their career? It seems like it's always right before these celebrities hit the mainstream audience. Now let's all put our thinking caps on and just look at the symbolic nature of this quote-unquote blonde ritual. Before they're blonde, when they're blonde, and then after they're no longer blonde. Almost like it's life, death, and rebirth. They start out as a regular person, then they go blonde, then they come back as a star, a celebrity. Almost as if these celebrities becoming blonde is like a rite of passage into becoming a celebrity and entering the celebrity world. And people worship these celebrities. They claim that they're their idols, like they're their gods. I wonder if this quote-unquote ritual ties into the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system. I wonder if this ritual is in commemoration of the ancient god of rebirth known as Osiris. Is that because celebrities are supposed to be seen as the new gods of the earth? So people can worship them? So that their names can be placed amongst the stars? So you can look up to them? Pretty interesting stuff to think about. I see many people on TikTok are finally starting to wake up.
Coincidence?
I thought people just like being blonde. What do I know?
That many?
It's a good point.
I tell y'all what, y'all know if I ever dye my beard blonde, I'd have made it to the club.
Nigga, we made it.
Focus.
I hesitate to share this. In ayahuasca group, when you're drinking with, say, a dozen other people, there becomes an element of telepathy or communication that can take place. And it happened that I was in one group where it turned out later that was one individual who shouldn't have been there. In ayahuasca, there's a tendency for you to lower your barriers. Your heart opens. You're very vulnerable to other people. And unfortunately, and that there are people who are using that vulnerability to gain psychic advantage over you. And it happened to me of an individual trying to enter our heads and take control of us. And we learned more about him the following day, and it seemed to have developed some sort of psychic power. When we questioned him, he said, "I'm this basement shaman. I go around ayahuasca groups because I benefit from them." And what he meant by benefiting from them was, basically, I'm a psychic vampire.
Yo, that's some real stuff, man. I actually had a friend that we were supposed to go to the Amazon and actually try this. This is still on my to-do list.
Word.
To go, yeah, 100%. Yeah, to go do this ayahuasca, check it out, and see what experiences happen.
Yeah, I heard that joint helps a lot of people with addiction issues and stuff like that. But that's just, from what I heard on Joe Rogan University. So you know how that go.
Yeah. Anecdotal stuff. I don't think there's been a whole lot of legitimate studies done on the use of ayahuasca. But you hear a lot about the shamans, and it's a spiritual thing and a spiritual awakening, and it's supposed to be the dope. I mean, in fact, I think Steve Jobs was on that LSD and all those mind altering substances, and look what came out of that.
I could be the next Apple guy. Let's go. Book that flight. Yeah, there you go.
Rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. You ain't got your Instagram, got all y'all. Because they going to do it for the gram before they do it to you. They going to send a picture to the gram before they send it to you.
The gate. Preach.
Hey, and that's real. Just look at the attention
that
Instagram and social media holds, especially Instagram for a woman. It's become like it's their go-to to get validation for their outward appearance. Now, it makes you think, was that part of the ideas during the conception of Instagram, or is that just how we as humans took it and decided to use that platform?
A lot of people will tell you that social media is just the beginning of the end for us, destroying our society. But that validation is a mofo.
Can I get some validation? Show me some love down in the chat.
Like and comment, people. Do something. We need love too.
Yeah, it's real light. Hit me up.
The Mayans built nothing, and they admit they built nothing in their own records. They will teach you this when you go study archaeology and ancient civilizations in college. The Mayans built absolutely nothing. They had no knowledge. They inherited what was already there.
So if it was already there, the question is, who put it there?
Yeah, you said a whole lot without saying nothing, my guy. The obvious question. Inherited from who?
Actually, Billy Carson is very knowledgeable in that area. He actually gives a whole lot of information. That there was just a little snippet from one of his monologues. And if you look him up, check him out, you will learn a lot from what he's deciphered from the Emerald Tablets and of Thoth and other ancient text that he's come across.
Nickelodeon, the word itself, you know what it actually means? Baghdad. What the does Nickelodeon mean? That's what it means in Latin. No, it's So no.
Okay.
Nickelodeon in Latin, translated to English, Nickelodeon means I don't care about God.
No.
Whoa.
If you say so.
Did y'all see
What?
that?
What?
There's a mosquito with a number stamped on it.
Dang.
So is that government? or is that Mother Nature's signature?
I find it hard to believe that somebody out here freelancing that.
That's interesting. Hey, what y'all think? Let us know.
I better get that off ready.
The best way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. Make them attend that institution from age 5 until an adult and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present. Only show them tragedies on the news so that they live in fear and think the worst of one another. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. Make them think that their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Provide them idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Create addictive digital platforms that rank them by numbers so that they base their self-worth off of the amount of followers that they have and are never satisfied.
Yeah, that's interesting. And
she spit a lot.
Yeah. I mean, she read a lot. You could tell she was reading for something. I wonder what book or what resource that came from.
It's almost like a how-to guide, though. Whoever wrote it, whoever's responsible for that, they know what they're talking about.
And they're doing a good job.
I'm sad to say they really are. They really are.
Know the most fun conspiracy theory about gold? No, it's a really good one. It's from the work of Zecharia Sitchin, who was one of the guys who translated the ancient Sumerian texts. And he believed that the human race is a product of accelerated evolution, and that the Sumerian text depicts these godlike beings called the Anunnaki who come here from a planet called Nibiru that's on an elliptical orbit. Every 3,600 years it comes between us and Mars. It causes cataclysms because of the gravity and all the chaos. And one of the reasons why it came here was because gold is very difficult to find in the universe. Now, if that's the truth about the Earth only has that much gold, imagine that one of the reasons why these beings gave us this desire to have gold, why gold was so popular always early on, and it was a useless metal. So what if it was pretty? How come you could buy a house with bags of gold? Shouldn't you have steel for a sword or for arrowheads or something like that? Well, anything would be more valuable. Well, salt was very valuable.
Yeah.
But this is different because this is like a form of money. Like, why has it universally been regarded as valuable, like really early on? And what he said was that they realized that they could take these suspended particles of gold and put them in their atmosphere, and it would protect them because their atmosphere was eroding. And so this would be like a reflective particles they spray in the atmosphere.
Like what Bill Gates wants to do, where he like blocks.
So this
out
is
the
what's
sun.
crazy about this. This guy wrote about this in like the 1970s. He wrote what is it called? The 12th Planet. He wrote multiple books on this, on the Sumerian text. This book is trying to say is the reason why humans are obsessed with gold is because like the aliens designed us to mine and get the gold. They would use that gold to protect their atmosphere.
So they impregnated us with this idea that gold has value.
Yeah.
Because they need it to enhance their ability to keep living. It's
a
very
fun idea
All
if
that
you-
shit's
if you're-
fun.
I guess my question to that would be, are there any other metals that have those same properties? Because I've always wondered, like, why gold is, like the standard. Like, who's a person or what civilization said, okay, hey, this metal is it. This metal is the base of our currency, and like how that started. So that's always interested me.
And that goes back to the point that the author was making. That's where the source comes from. The reason why it's ingrained in us because they trained us to mine for it. So it's just one of those things that, if daddy, air quotes, thinks it's valuable, then I think it's valuable.
So somebody put a comment, let me know. Like, is silver the same? Does silver have the same properties? Or is there any other element that anyone knows of that, have the same properties as gold? And if so, what separates gold from those other elements?
Hey, that was an interesting group of videos that we had there. Hey, I learned a few new things and looking to check out a few new things. And I appreciate y'all for watching with us. If you have any more insight on any of this, let us know below and share the information because we're all growing together. This is for our all general knowledge.
For all y'all conspiracy theorists out there, y'all can go ahead and put your aluminum foil back on top of your mama's refrigerators. And until next time, we out.
Peace.